Welcome back to EG versus Root Gaming. Looking at the bottom right, we have the Dong in the center of the map. It is Jaedong, of course, for Evil Genius. 2 wins already in this team match in this best of 9. He's up against a Talon player this time after defeating 2 Zergs in a row. Iaguz starting to the top left for his team. Can he prevail where 2 Zergs already failed? Cats and Petreos, they both were not able to take down Jaedong. And Jaedong, he's on fire. He wants, I guess he wants the 5-0. Of course, his team would really love that, but I guess has different plans. Is he the one who takes down the Dong in this series, or will Jaedong take another victory and claim the 3-0 for Evil Genius here? Best of 9, the first one to reach 5 wins is gonna take it and will advance to the final of this part of the bracket at the Acer Team Story Cup qualifier for Season 3. And then tomorrow we will have those finals, and we will see if EG is going to be part of the next season. So right now with the cross position that we have there, the Talon player is just like an eternity away from the Zerg. So we might actually look at a situation where Iaguz just goes for a command center first. Definitely something that we see a lot on this map. It is an absolutely massive map, and Jaedong might as well just go for a double hatch before pool. Those are the builds that we see very often here. The safer build would be to go into the spawning pool after this, but you can really start to gamble a little bit here, and if the players knew that it would be cross position, they would probably definitely gonna go and do this. So command center first, as already expected by Iaguz, and Jaedong, is he gonna add another hatch, or will he just go for the pool? Looks like it's gonna be gas and pool for him, not playing it too risky, not taking any crazy risks here, but instead just going for the extra gas before the spawning pool, and then adding the third base a little bit after that, especially of course when he figures out what exactly happens at the top left. So the Overlord is already going to the top right. Gonna find out that there's nothing to see. Another one on the way to the bottom left, even stopping here, just trying to find out if there's an SCV maybe moving in from this direction. The Zerglings in the end are gonna spot where Iaguz spawns, and Iaguz actually going straight for the gas as well. Of course, a bunker at the front, that's one of the first things that he does here, and we're gonna find out what exactly his idea is on this map. We saw that map already once earlier in Terran vs Zerg. It was when Firekick was battling Illusion on Altazim Stronghold, and Illusion was trying to go for that push with combat shields with Marines, Reapers and Hellions that also was used against Jaedong in the Vasakast Invitational, where Happy faced him, and Happy was really successful on the first map against the Dong. That was quite well played, and Jaedong didn't see that coming at all. I kinda don't expect it to work on this map though, especially because the distance between the 2 bases with the cross spawn is pretty huge. Jaedong going up into the 400 APM here at times. And there's a very early third base already for Iaguz. So he's playing this quite greedy here, whereas Jaedong did not start a third just yet. He's still trying to find out where his opponent started. Doesn't really know that yet. The Zerglings are on the way, and in the main base it's just the speed that he's researching for now and droning up, getting the extra queens in there. Iaguz with his own factory now, and the reactor here at the front. Completely unscouted, can do whatever he wants here, gets that third into the game, has a pretty decent economy here. Harvester count is 19 to 25, the double mule making up for the difference, and of course adding to the income for our Terran player here. And the hopes of Root Gaming once again lasting on their player here. It's already bad enough if you fall behind with like an 0-2, but an 0-3, especially in something like a best of 9, is so devastating. You need then suddenly really players who are not only able to take down one opponent, but several in a row to at least have a fighting chance of winning it and going to the next round of the tournament. But at this point, Jaedong really making, once again, quite the impression. I mean, the Tyrant, this guy is so strong. Winning his first major tournament at the Aces ROG at NorthCon in 2013, and before that we had him, I think, with 5 second places at major tournaments. Absolutely impressive to see on what such a high level he plays. And we can definitely say one thing for sure. That battle that people were talking about between him and Flash, who would be the better player in StarCraft 2, it has been decided a long time ago. Right now, Jaedong definitely the way more accomplished player in this game. And Flash, he might be able to change that in the future, but for now, Jaedong definitely superior here. This guy is just so damn good, it is absolutely amazing. Speed upgrade for the Overlords has been started. That will help him to get the scouting information in the main base and also get those Overlords to rescue. Vikings should join the fight later on. third base will be spotted. But right now we have already the third orbital command for Iaguz, and that allows him triple SCV production, that allows him to catch up in the harvesters a little bit, and also of course that extra mule that we were talking about earlier. There comes the speed overlord going into the base. The two marines trying to catch up. They are not fast enough to make that work. One more Rambo marine trying to pull that off, and the base has been spotted. Everything has been seen, but the overlord pays with his life for the information. So Hellions having a quick poke here. We have actually immediately a blue flame upgrade started for Iaguz, and he is going into barracks regardless. So we have double factory for him and additional biostructures too. So once they had quite the amount of apparently Hellions out there with blue flame upgrades and still going for the marines, we don't really have stim upgrades just yet, or do we? No, stim has not been started. He has the tech lab on the other hand. Could be a problem if he assumes that he started stim and it's a mistake that he didn't start it yet. Well, we have, at least for now, the Hellions trying to do the damage, getting into a nice position here between the mineral patches. That's always where you want to go with them, getting the best line of fire against your opponent's Zerglings. And still, the Hellions are taken out in terms of how much damage they did. Only 10 Zerglings killed against 5 Hellions. Not really the best deal here that he got. And I'm a little bit surprised that he doesn't utilize the tech lab here. Why get the tech lab at the barracks if you don't research anything at all? There we go, now going for the stim upgrade. That's something that he could have started a lot faster than that. I think that might have been a mistake, not getting it earlier. And if he really tries to hit a specific timing here, that might mess with him. We have siege tanks coming into play now, and more barracks also going to be part of the story. So a third base here for Iaguz, and with siege tanks alone he can already try to secure the space. Just having a siege tank on the high ground already is worth quite a lot. Having another one here can take them, of course, here behind the mineral line. So that will really save the third for now. Roaches trying to make sure that those few Hellions are not getting too cocky in the game. They're like, yeah, we're cool, we are driving cars, and we're actually driving the only cars in the game. So if you would have a Fast and a Furious race, it would probably only be Hellions driving through the time. And maybe then Will Diesel could skirt around the edges of one of those guys and drift a little bit in Little Tokyo. But for now, he's just trying to get into the mineral line. And guess what? Those Zerglings have different plans, and with the speed bonus that they get on the creep, the Hellions have no chance whatsoever. Lings are just too fast. Who needs a race car when you have a Zergling? Spire started for Jaedong, and also the Baneling nest completed. So Ling meter Baneling for him. 2 upgrades on the way, whereas Iaguz doesn't even have 1 yet. So things are starting to get a little bit nasty for the Terran player. He has a good economy, and he has really, like, his base and everything, production looks great. He has also the harvesters that he's constantly producing here. His third base was very early in the game. We have him with 1-1, but still, everything that he does, it seems like Jaedong is just a little bit faster, a little bit more refined with that build. And now, of course, creep spread across the map. How many queens do we actually have for him? It's 5 in total. There are active creep tumors everywhere. Talking about creep tumors in general, he's at 56 creep tumors already, and he's really making the effort there to spread that creep towards the bases. Also, of course, make sure that that 4th base is connected with the rest of them. And looking at the top, we have now the Mutalisks. Well, they're probably going to stream in and try to do some damage. Second, is that the second? That has to be the second, right? It's actually the first starport. Wow, 12 minutes into the game, first starport being built, meaning that we won't see any medivacs anytime soon. And that's a little bit of an issue, of course, because that means that the Terran player cannot really make up for any stim that he uses. And there's a lot of marines already out on the map. Oh, poor Overlord. Yeah, he's getting caught off guard here for sure. Even a stim, I don't know if I would have used that stim. That's the thing that I mean. That's the one problem that he has. Like, if he uses too many stims here, then the medivacs that are going to be so late are going to become a big issue, because the Zerg player could attack, and if the Mutalisks, for example, stream into the main base, he might have to stim again to save those SCVs. Talking about the Mutalisks, we have 11 of them, and they are just hovering right over here. Creep still being spread all over the map, and Jaedong going into Hive already. +2/+2 completed. The Terran player just started his own. Jaedong will most likely have his 3-3 faster than the Terran player, which is a little bit crazy. But well, that's gonna get very, very nasty. And I mean, for now, there are the medivacs. First few are being built. Jaedong at the bottom of the map is taking down that one Marine that is like absolutely alone all the way down creep. Let's have a look at how many creep tumors he has by now. It's 91 creep tumors already on the map. It's so impressive. Like Jaedong and Scarlet, probably the two players in the world that have the most impressive creep spread just in general. The hive tech is nearly completed, halfway done. We have double spore crawler now, just to make sure that drops are going to have a bit of a tougher time as well. And Iaguz seems to be willing to move across the map now. 100 army supply now for Jaedong, 130 for Iaguz. It's a pretty strong force that he has there. 20 banelings are being built. And how many medivacs do we actually have? It's only 4 medivacs for 70 Marines. I don't envy those guys their job. They have a pretty tough time there. The Mutalisks are taking down a few of the units that Iaguz has, the reinforcements, but we have the Thor there. The Thor is welcoming the Mutalisks immediately. The rocks are being attacked, but Jaedong knows everything that's happening just because of his crazy creep spread that he has in this game right now. We have the banelings, of course, rolling, 20 of them. 33 of them, so even more than that. And Jaedong is just getting his army supply up to the top. There's the 3-3 that I talked about. He starts 3-3 before Iaguz has 2-2 completed. And well, there we go. He's trying to go in from the back, I guess. But this base might be a goner. The spine crawler not there in time. Banelings from the front are starting to move in. And the rest of the army of Jaedong is moving in all the way at the back. The Mutalisks trying to outdance that Thor for now. Trying to focus it down apparently. Banelings moving in from everywhere. Iaguz is dropping in supplies. So is Jaedong. But this army is definitely going to be taken out. And if it's going to be by the reinforcements. 146 supply total for Iaguz and 165 for Jaedong. The Terran player still has a pretty massive bank there. But resources lost, as you can see, currently just barely in his favor by 800. And Jaedong has also another base. He has 5 bases by now. 5 bases against 3. A 4th attempted by Iaguz here. And the 3-3 upgrades, they are started. Their adrenal glands are started. Jaedong, he doesn't miss a beat. He doesn't miss a beat in this game. His macro is absolutely insane. His multitasking as well, defending at the same time, expanding, doing all that stuff. We have him now taking down supply depots here. Doesn't really move into the missile turret, so he's going for the supply depots instead. Kills 1, kills 2, kills 3. The Marines moving in, but even a supply block now for Iaguz, whereas more Zerglings are running over towards that base that we see here. So he might go for planetary, but he will have to lift in just a few seconds because that is just a little bit too late. The rest of the army trying to retreat here, but there's the lift that we talked about, and all those mules that he just called down, all those precious mules are just now dead and gone. Banelings moving in from the side. Zerglings, of course, have to deal with the blue flame helmets here. That's not going to be easy at all. Jaedong is going for the adrenal glands. He has that upgrade ready. The Ultralisk cavern is also completed, and he is going for the Ultralisks as we speak. Iaguz with one stim after another. By now he has many more medivacs, but only 6 in total regardless. This is going to get pretty nasty. Mutalisks roaming the map, using the size of the map to his advantage. Like another set of Zerglings just trying to make sure that there's no other base set up. Creep tumors in the game currently count up to 100 and, well, actually, I can't even see the creep tumors here. That is bugging out a little bit. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what number that is, but it's pretty high. Let's just put it like this. Yeah, I'm not quite sure why that display is so weird. We have 10 additional ones already being put in. This is a massive map, and Jaedong is already claiming more than 1/3 of the map. Mutalisks moving in, taking down missile turrets. There's nothing to really repair them. Well, at least not the one that we see there. So 3 missile turrets already gone. More and more Ultralisks are in the game. And the Ultralisks here, they could crush this force. Jaedong doesn't really have fungal, so there are no infestors. He can't pin them down. So kiting is going to be an option for Iaguz. That's definitely one thing that he can do. But the 3-3 is done for Jaedong, and Iaguz himself is only on the +3 attack upgrade, or will be in a few seconds. Chitinous plating is also about to be done, and this is going to get very nasty, especially since the planetary fortress over here is going to die. The SCV is going to be taken out by the bouncers. That base is gone. 3 base economy against 5 base economy. And now the Ultralisks are just charging in, well, into the choke point. I'm not quite sure if that is the smartest choice that he made today. He can definitely live with it because he has that bank, but moves back for now because he realizes that those Thors in the back and all those Marine Marauders, which just completely rip him to shreds. Banelings moving in, no split, getting really good hits off. Here come now the Ultralisks taking down all of the Thors, the Bailings with the detonates. Iaguz drops down to 130 supply. Jaedong is at 190. He has 2,000 minerals and he has the gas to go with it. GG called, and Jaedong takes game number 3 in this series, putting his team in a 3-0 lead versus Root Gaming.